Good morning. Smoking a cigar this morning. And I also have coffee. Just black, of course. Welcome to the Beard Welshman's channel. I'm John Williams. So we just got back from vacation. We were down at the shore down in Fenwick Island. Normally we go to Ocean City, but the prices have gone way up. So we found a place in Fenwick. It was a very, very, very nice place. Right on the bay, right on the water. And you're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the beach. And so, a lot of fun. Very relaxing, but it's always good to get home. Because you feel like, well, I do at least, when I get home, I feel like all discombobulated. So, but it was very, very relaxing. Didn't eat good. That was the only downside to it. I've been on a healthy eating kick here with eating only like processed food or whole foods as much as I can. Very little processed foods. If there's processed foods going into my system, I don't know about it. That's how strict I am on it. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're on vacation. Had some time to reflect on some things. We were on the third floor and we had a covered deck outside of our room, and it was really nice. So I'd go out there, early in the morning, get up at 5, go to the gym, come back, get some coffee, sit out on the deck, and just read, think, sit and listen to the sounds of the bay. It was just good time. So, thinking about a lot of things, and one of the things that came to my mind, things that we've learned in life, and one of the topics of thought in my mind was, things that my father taught me. My father taught me a lot more than I actually had given him credit for. Some things verbally, some things by his actions. His example. I think those spoke louder than the words, the examples. One of the earliest things I think he taught me was how to fish. He would take us fishing. I remember, I still remember that being a little boy, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, going fishing with my dad down at the river. I mean, we have pictures of it. So, it was one of the earliest things. Isn't that funny? As a man, you learn to hunt at an early age. Learning to fish at an early age. He taught all of us boys, all of his sons, how to fish. And it's become a lifelong thing. I don't think he wants to come in now. Sorry, Mrs. Beard Welshman. Merle's sitting out here with me, and most of the time he wants to go in like 10 minutes out, sitting on a porch. But today he just wants to sit. He was in a kennel all week, and I hated it. I missed my boy, and I think that's why he's sitting out here for such a long time. He's back in his environment. Anyhow, what else did my father teach me? He taught me how to shake a hand. So when you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eye. You shake it firmly. You give him a firm grip. You look him in the eye. That's how you can tell a man's character. That's what he would say. What a man's character is. Is he weak? Is he strong? Is he honest? Taught my boys to shake hands like that. Taught me to fear God. Taught me to love God. Taught me about integrity. My dad used to say this all the time. There's two things I hate: cheaters and liars. He taught me how to be an honest man. Now, all the things that my father taught me, had I always listened to him? Had I always done those? No, I made mistakes. We all have. Nobody is perfect in this world. But he taught a lot of things, He taught me how to deal with people. I used to watch him interact in his various relationships and acquaintances with people, and how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you respect people. Taught me how to be hospitable towards people, how to show mercy and grace, and how to be generous. Taught me how to be a father. And if I was half the father he was, then I did okay. But time will tell. What did your father teach you? Think about that. What did your father teach you? If you have a father, if you had a father. Some people don't have a father. My father was always present. He was always in our lives. He taught, one of the biggest things he taught me was, your family comes first. I had a lot of friends growing up where their dads were there, but they weren't there. My dad wasn't afraid to talk to us about things. He wasn't afraid to address issues with us, except the sex talk when it was time. But he wasn't just, my dad went to work, came home, and that's it. We saw him. No, my dad was involved. He coached our sports teams. He took us fishing. We went camping. We did family trips. My mom and dad, my grandmother used to say to my mom and dad, why don't you leave the kids with us and go take a vacation, just the two of you? And my mom and dad would look at her and say, we didn't have kids to go on vacation and leave them at home. So if we couldn't go on vacation, all of us, my mom and dad didn't go on vacation. That was the way they did things. Family was the important thing in life for us growing up. And my dad was there. A lot of kids would come and hang out, and they loved my dad. They thought he was the greatest thing in the world because he paid attention to them. He talked to them. He treated them the way they wanted to be treated by an older man. And, he treated them like they were one of his kids in the neighborhood. My dad was a youth leader in our community as well, and he had a youth group and he would lead for the civic association. So, but my friends, they would say, "Man, you have a great dad. He's funny. He's always there, and he does things with you." And I always felt sorry for people like that. But my dad's dad never told him he loved him until right before he died, and never hugged him. Never hugged him, from what my dad told me. And my dad vowed he would never be like that with his children, especially his sons. And he only had 3 sons, so he didn't have any daughters. I mean, he man, up until the day my dad died, until when you left his presence, if you were going home, you gave him a hug, you gave him a kiss on the cheek. There was no exceptions. My dad wasn't going to, have any exceptions. I was in my mid-30s when he passed. Mid to late 30s. So he was a great father. He was a great man. And he said to me one time, and I told him that all the things, I told him how he was right on a lot of things when when I became a father myself. And I understood a lot of things. And he said, I wasn't very successful in life. And I said, that success has nothing to do with business and finances and stature and standing in the community or anything like that. And he had pretty good standing in the community. I said, but you've been the most successful person I know because you raised 3 fine young men. And that's success. It's not about how much money you have, what kind of job you have. Success is what kind of a man you become. What kind of character do you have? Are you a decent, honest, hard-working, productive, family-providing, family-protecting man? And my dad was. Made a lot of mistakes along the way, but he was a good man. So, well, thanks for letting me share that with you. Like I said, it's good to be back. It's good to be back from vacation. I like to go on vacation, but I like to be home. I will be going back to work. I've been working on my physical well-being so I can go back to work. I believe I'm ready to go back to work, so I'm going to be getting a shot. I got a company that wants to hire me, so we're getting together this week. We're going to finalize everything, and then I'm going to go back to work. And I have to. It's been a long, almost 3 years. So it's time for me to go back to work. I don't know how retired people do it. I really don't. Anyhow, maybe I'll change my tune when I do become of retirement age. So, y'all have a great day. God loves you. I love you. God bless. Light 'em up.